Namaste. I'm Gwyn. Welcome to Fluid Body Zenthai. This is a beautiful inspiration from many of my teachers from Chiang Mai, from around Europe, and this is movement, a pulse. So if you love movement, if you love rhythm, if you're into creativity, you have this curious, adventurous temperament, you're going to love this stance. There's a few things before we jump into this flow that I'd like to remind you is that three important facets around Zenthai in any of the flows is that we initially need to create safe space. That's what we need. The way that we hold the space, the way that the color we put in the space, the scent in the place, the way that you show up in the space is all something about safety. That's number one. We create safe space. That's number one. Number two is that we need to get the body to relax. People think they've got to add on. Really, this stuff is taking stuff away, taking protective mechanisms away, but taking patterns and fixations away. So we're asking if it take away so the body can come back to its natural, relaxed state. You need to show up like that. You need to have a practice that allows you to get vertically aligned. So when you show up as a therapist, you are peaceful, you are relaxed, you are in chill mode. There are two really important things to set this up, to set any flow up. This allows us to step into the third aspect of actually really being able to follow energy of where it needs to go. The ego will want to try and fix things. The narrative is trying to be this savior. This isn't the way that it works. We're actually following the body's natural healing mechanisms that bring it to freedom. So when you've set up safe space, when you're relaxed, then you can listen, then you can follow the energy where it needs to move. This isn't such a cognitive mental construct. It's coming from different parts of the mind. So you need to access that and listen to that, be aware for that. Pauses are important for that. Really trusting is needing for that. Having time outside of the practice where you're with nature and meditating is important for that. So when we can take energy where it needs to go and move into, I call that unwinding, the body's free. The body's free. The mind is free. And you are stepping into freedom, so you get an injection as well. Three important things to remember through any flow. Through why this fluid Zenthai, you might go, why is this water quality into it? And why do we bring this dynamic Zenthai flow to our table, to our mat? I would say the first thing is rhythm. I love rhythm. Body loves rhythm. We love rhythm. We love to dance. We love to move. How many times have you gone into a dance floor and all of a sudden it corrected your lower back or your knee felt better after it? We are 70% water. So let's get that rhythm into the body. Not a jerky rhythm, not a forced rhythm, not a stretch rhythm, just a fluid, cohesive rhythm. Tap into rhythm and undo things. Some things, when things won't undo, you just need to shake it a little bit. And then all of a sudden it becomes looser and looser and softer. Then it's free. Rhythm. The second thing I love this work is that it's getting the body out of patterns. Patterns and fixations of the mind, patterns and fixations of the body is where the problems are. So by taking it into movement, we're moving it into what's comfortable pattern, slightly to where it's an unfamiliar pattern. If it moves into an uncomfortable pattern, you're going to get resistance, and then you've stepped over the line. So do we want to take it into an unfamiliar area? Yes. Do you want to take it into an uncomfortable area? Not yet. Slowly. So the body that you're working with is your best friend. You're holding its hand as it moves into new patterns. But this unwinding, this unfixating, this rewilding of the body is a beautiful thing that will happen through this, if you like, fluid body or liquid skeleton, like I like to call it. So this is where we can start to play. If you're like me, I'm personally a person that likes to get out of the lines and lanes of of conformity. So play the poetry. This is perpetual poetry. Life and movement have no beginning, no end. So it's in this beautiful poetic dance that is more intuitive and heart-based. Are we showing you some chords here? Yes, we are showing you some chords here. But ultimately, when you come into the gestures in this beautiful, creative, dance-like flow, something else will just come to you and take you there. And all of a sudden, there's a new gesture underneath you, and this new alive presence comes into the dance. So let's go there. So this is the fluid flow. There's a few times I wouldn't use this. I would say I would not use this if the person was in a deep state of deficiency. It doesn't want more movement. It's trying to harness energy. So if they're in chemotherapy, if they're in a deep autoimmune disease, I would not be bringing in all this movement. If they're just deficient, like lots of people are from a poor night's sleep, a little bit of movement might be really supporting to get the chi and blood moving again, but not deep states of deficiency. 2, don't do too much movement if they're in acute pain. They could aggravate. The body is trying to naturally move through the inflammation process. It needs to rest. So in acute pain, the person just done their lower back this morning, you don't want to really bring this flow to it. And then 3, make sure that your body's up for it. This isn't for someone that doesn't have a mobile movement practice. If you can't do a malasana squat, if you can't sit in Thunderbolt effortlessly, you can't flow seamlessly through this practice. And this is asking you to flow seamlessly. It may take some time for your body to do some physical training before you can step into the place, because you've got to be out of the way. Your body has to be comfortable in the flow to make this really work. So, like I say, as you are, as it is, so bring your joy, bring your presence, bring your freedom. Enjoy fluid flow.